Hey guys, how you doing? Just make sure everything is working. I haven't live streamed on this channel for a while. Feel really rusty. So I hope everything works okay. Just wanted you guys to know the Discord server is up and running. Special shout out to the guy on Discord who helped me out. I'm just gonna call him Giraffe for now. I don't want to like dox the guy or anything, but really appreciate the help, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos that we've been making or lately. I'm trying to do more of these if at all possible. So yeah, like whatever, like, you know, if you guys could like give me some feedback, let me know what it is you're thinking about. I appreciate that. Anything that you want to see more of. Already we got a bunch of people in the Discord server hanging out, talking about their favorite games, sharing information with each other, talking about what's going on in the space right now. Hey, mnemonics. So yeah, it's already got like some folks in there hanging out, and we're gonna be, I don't know, like doing some activities. I'm hoping to get a little bit of, you know, discussion going about what's going on in the space, etc. So let me get into the game because I have loaded it up and it is starting up here. So just gonna put that on the screen.
Women.
Okay. Wave emoji. Oh shit, you know what I didn't do? I didn't make sure that my controller is working. Let me see if I might be in trouble here. Let me see. Because I recently set up my I normally use my controller corded, but I recently set it up so that it can be used wireless. So I got like this I have these PS4 controllers, and you know, if I connect them wired to my PC, they'll work. You know, they'll find them and use them. Oh yeah, this is working. Good. All right. Excellent. Armored Core. Yes, I love Armored Core. I mean, the very first Armored Core on the PlayStation 1 back in the day. I think it was like the mid 90s. I had a really old friend of mine. Unfortunately, he died in a motorcycle accident, like in the 2000s, right around 2000, 1999. But he turned me on to Armored Core, the very first one. He was like, "You gotta check out this game. You can like make customized mechs." And at first, I was like, because there were some other games that attempted, or they were kind of close to this. I remember Front Mission, which is very popular with people. They like that. I think it's like a turn-based strategy game. I never played Front Mission. Of course, there's like all of the licensed games, like the Gundam games and things like that. And then it was actually the thing that made Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear, popular. Was, I think one of the main things was there was this mecha that was the final boss, the original Metal Gear game. And there was this other game, can't remember the name of it, but I remember that you can design it and you could program its behavior, and then you could test it, but you couldn't play, like you didn't control the mech directly. You just gave it sort of like general instructions, and then you would test your build. And that one was on, I think it was PS1 as well, but I can't remember the name of it. Hey, Norwegian. Welcome to the show. Let me see how I can, I'm gonna switch to oops. Hold on a second. I'm gonna switch to the appropriate chat screen so I can see your guys' chat. Go back in the game now. All right. So I haven't played this. So I played through this game once. I'm on a second playthrough, but I haven't picked up Armored Core 6 in like months. So I don't remember where I left off. I don't remember what I did last. So I'm going to do this for about an hour, see how I do. I might be shit because it's been so long. I don't even know where I left off, but I know I'm in, this is, you could say the second playthrough or New Game Plus right now. So I haven't really like done everything in this game yet. I'm pretty sure I have only seen one ending, and then you have to play through this game multiple times to get the full experience, which I appreciate. I think FromSoft, they're probably one of my favorite developers right now, just like based on like how efficiently they use their resources. Like they're not, I think that a lot of these really big AAA companies like EA and Ubisoft and Activision, I think they spend so much money on bloat that we don't need. And I think the people who have less to work with, I mean, they're more creative. They come up with better solutions. That's what I've noticed. Like I think the AA space, and I would consider the FromSoft a AA developer, despite the fact that Elden Ring is like really popular and the Souls series is really popular. But I still think that they're, in terms of the scale of their operation, I still think it's smaller. Arrowhead is also, they're the guys who develop Helldivers 2. That's another smaller developer. Game Skills have a best by date, unfortunately. This is the only AC on Steam. Damn, I wanted to relive the past. Yeah. It would be nice if they made, if they remastered the old ones. But I don't know, because like the controls of the older ones, they didn't age that well. They'd almost have to like make them all control more like this one. Anyway, let's get into it. This is the Badger bot. This is my close range one. I guess this one is like, for a melee build, this is one of the stronger ones that I have. What are my other mechs? What do I have here? I want to look at my data. What do I? Okay. So this is my Sovereign. This is like, whenever I play Armored Core, the first mech I play looks like this or close to this, using whatever parts are around. I haven't done anything with this in a while. Looks like it's a little, well, it's a heavier mech. It's medium. It's my balanced medium mech that has like, a melee weapon, the Zimmerman shotgun. I think this is a laser cannon and a missile launcher. So pretty balanced build. This is Badgerbot. For whatever reason, it doesn't have a name here, but that's what it should be called. And this is my heavy. It's a tank. Usually this one does well, like in the older games, but I think I only used the tank a couple of times in Armored Core 6. I don't know if the heavy builds are as good as they used to be. This is just, I think I use this one as ion cannons or ion pistols, tank legs, but it's a little faster. And these are like, I want to say they're like satellites where you shoot them out. They shoot things that shoot at the enemy. It's like little options or orbital, heads. Mantis Sigma is my missile boat. It's just missiles, and more missiles. I have missiles here. This one was really good too in this game. And I always make these. I always make a Mantis. I call it the Mantis, and I give it a bunch of missiles, and it has reverse joint legs. And if I can get away with it, like a little antenna head, kind of like it's reminiscent of Robotech. I believe there were these things on the, if you guys remember the Robotech cartoon, I know I'm showing my age, but there were the Veritechs, which were like the mechs that turn into planes. And that's like what the story sort of revolved around. Those were the really, really well-known ones. But then there were also these big robots that didn't transform. They were called Destroids, I think. And there were a couple of types. And they just kind of like, they were more like defensive. And one of them was, it looked kind of like this. And it had all these missiles. And I was kind of basing it on that. This is a sniper called Deadeye. And so it's a really long range one. I've always wanted to make this work, but I don't know if I've been able to do this yet. This is like I'm thinking more like a gunslinger. So I call it Wyatt. It's got 2 handguns. The handguns are pretty good, I think. shotgun on the back, and I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a melee weapon. Oh, a stun baton. He's like a cop. Yeah, it's like the stun baton is a melee weapon, and that's another mantis with different missiles. I think this was maybe more recent. I unlocked that weapon, and so I made a separate build for that. Anyway, Steam Deck has brilliant controller mapping and community map functionality. I'm easily playing retro games with up-to-date controls. All right. Okay, so let's do a sortie, I guess. Is there anything I can buy? No, I bought all the parts. All right, let's do the next one. Destroy the ice worm. Okay.
Nice. Listen up, 621. This will be a joint operation led by Balaam and Archibus. The briefing's about to start. I want you to attend.
First, some background before we go into detail.
You guys hear this okay?
The corporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon. And y'all got the short end of the stick. You're here to take on the worst of our dirty work, hunting the beast of the ice field.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the ice worm's coral shield. You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary shield.
I feel like Carla's hot.
To break the first layer. The state-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the face, and it will deliver results, I assure you.
What about the second layer?
RAD's cooked up just the thing. A neat little toy we call the overed rail cannon. If we divert the spaceport's standby power to the ORC, it should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting.
Rusty, my buddy.
I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
We could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher.
I know just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Gun 13, you get all that? Good! Time for another field trip!
Alright. So I gotta get the needle launcher so I can fight the ice worm, I think. So let's alter some assemblies. We're gonna change this one out for the needle launcher. Hopefully it doesn't make me too heavy. Where is it? Oh, is that this? I think that's it. EN shortfall. So I gotta do something else. Let me see. Maybe change my generator. Shortfall. Oh. This one might have to do. It's a little heavier, but it's not too bad. Yep, it's gotta be this one. She looks pretty. All right, let's do this. So this is a boss fight, but it's one of my favorite missions. I've done it a couple of times on New Game, but I haven't done it on New Game Plus yet. So I don't know if it's gonna be like if it's gonna be different somehow. Sometimes these things are. So I might lose a couple times. And it's been a while.
Competing forces working together like this. Now or never, 621.
By the way, if you want to join the Discord server, go to the last video I made where I made the announcement on this channel, and there will be a link in the description to join.
It's time, 621.
Teal Deer is in there if that's any consolation. Although he tends to lurk.
This mission depends upon you, Raven.
He might be lurking right here, right now, actually.
Let's go. I'll be here to offer support.
Main system activating combat mode.
All right, here we go.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
All right, there goes the ice worm. So I gotta shoot it in the face when I see it.
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
Whoa, buddy.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I want to be.
I got it!
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence.
So
Connecting
Rusty
EML modules.
is over there where that
Energy
light is
turbines.
at. He's gonna snipe him from a
80%.
distance.
Setting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Let's charge in its face. Ugh. And a shot in the face with a shotgun.
That freak actually did it.
Did what? The bare minimum.
I did a lot of damage with that attack.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Yeah, please do. I don't really have a lot of multi-target shit.
Do this to me yet, Bringer. I'm not going down first.
Ikwazu's always going down first.
Red guns give a muster.
I see Artemis at the top Vesper to provide running commentary. Got 13. Show him how actions speak louder than words.
I did like a third. Got him.
Shield disabled.
Gotta wait.
Shield
Oh
loss
shit.
confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%.
It's getting ready.
100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
There we go.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Ugh.
Wait, something's wrong.
Uh-oh.
Fall back 621.
What? We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised. Withdraw.
It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty
That was a
turn.
mistake.
I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
No, sir.
Taking significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
I gotta get in his face. It's the only way.
Not through yet. Its primary shield is getting stronger.
Stay cool, buddy.
We got this. We got this. It's just me.
On your own now.
Got 13. What are you doing?
No shit. I got rammed.
Mission's a
I
failure.
pressed the
All
wrong
units
button.
retreat.
Spicy coral. Okay, we'll restart. All it has to do is touch you, dude. Or it's because my mech's really light too. Kind of a squishy. Kind of a squishy mech. So
Main system activating combat mode.
what do you expect from a Souls-like?
Michigan will take command.
Not Souls-like, but a FromSoft game.
Force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
Who does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I want him.
Got him.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence.
Shit, I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Sighting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it.
Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
This game should be co-op, I'm telling you. I don't know why they didn't do it. Are Japanese developers just allergic to co-op games? Can you imagine like fighting a boss like this with 3 other players? Dude.
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon.
What's
Energy
up,
turbine
Michigan?
Output at 80%.
No, that's
Output 95%. 100%.
Snail thing.
Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Okay,
Something's wrong.
let's back up.
Back 621.
We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised.
Cool.
2 down.
It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
Taking significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
Oh shit.
2 repair kits remaining.
How do you use a repair kit there? Oh, he tried to kill me again. Tried to run me over. Oh shit.
1 repair kit remaining.
Don't forget to smile, tourist. The chief always says, the worst moments of your life could be your best.
No repair kits remaining.
That didn't work. And I'm out of repair kits. Shit. Why did I do that? I didn't. Shit.
The mission's a failure. All units retreat.
I think it reminds me of the Karthus sandworm in DS3. Yeah, I guess it kind of is like that. It is like the same. They probably use the same animations, actually.
Main system activating combat mode.
You know what it is? I accidentally do an overboost. This
Take command.
not what I want to do.
Commencing operation with combined AC forces.
It gets a little
per the Balaam
intense.
Archibus agreement. Move out,
act like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanted to.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence.
Hey, Ergo.
Connecting EML
All stolen
modules.
from Dune.
Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Setting
Yeah, if Dune had
okay.
giant robots.
95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it.
Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
I don't have to fight those things. They'll distract me.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Ever thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%.
Let's go, let's go.
100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, something's wrong. Fall back, 621. What? We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised.
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
Oh shit. No, that didn't work.
AP at 50%.
Oh, it touched me.
Not through yet. Primary
Gotta hit him one more time.
Stay cool, buddy.
I'm out, tourist. You're on your own now. Withdraw.
Shit. Did that do it? It did.
Good work, buddy. All EML modules connected. Energy turbines at full capacity. Output at 80, 90. All emergency valves closed. Disabling limiter. 100, 110, 115. Rail cannon and emergency output. All or nothing.
All right, here we go.
coral shield has been wiped out.
On you now, buddy. Is it over?
Get clear, it's gonna blow!
Fuck yes, I did.
It's finally over. The blast will contaminate the area. Get out of...
Choral voices. Lost again.
Cat's Bits. Off topic. Hat tip for vid on Epic's language policing the other day. Well, thank you, Cat's Bits. Yeah, I think that's
It's my family. My brothers and sisters.
I think that's really important that we see
I am
where this is all coming from, what it's really about.
born from the coral tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time. Raven, you're the only one who...
Go get your rest, 621. Things are going to get busy. You did good.
Thank you, Cat's Bits.
The temporary alliance between the Arquebus and Balaam groups turned the tide of war, devastating the Planetary Closure Administration forces and exiling them from Rubicon. Though it was the Iceworm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow, Arquebus, through their own engagements with the PCA, augmented their strength with seized weaponry. The balance of power was broken, the scales tipped in Arquebus's favor, and the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed. With the loss of their common enemy, the rival factions' war for the Coral abruptly reignited. And their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.
All right. Iceman Slim. Hey, I joined your Discord server. Thank goodness.
Augmented human
I know.
C4621. Entering standard mode.
Pretty sure I waved.
2 new messages.
Doing okay, 621. I'd wanted to let you rest some more, but the corps are on the move already. With the PCA gone, it's back to work, getting to where the Coral's gathering. Do you remember the survey you carried out at Xylem? My friend analyzed the data and learned about a massive facility under the central ice field. Watch Point Alpha. Turns out that the ice worm was defending the entrance to that place. It's time to let ourselves in.
Raven, there's something you need to know. That friend Walter mentioned. The comms database has no record of the conversation he just told you about. This isn't about just finding the Coral, Raven. He's after something more, and he's using you to do it. Here on Rubicon.
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. We have added new samples to the integration program. You may now test updates to Mind Beta and verify reproductions of special ACs. We look forward to your continued assistance in All Mind's drive toward perfection.
Okay. New craft data has been added to analysis in the arena. New parts. Woo! Let's go. Let's buy some shit. Let's go shopping. Stun gun. Stun gun, developed by Arquebus, fires electrified probes that the effects of which build up to induce a forced discharge of electricity in the afflicted craft. Frequently used to immobilize and seize hardware from enemies and rivals. Whoa. Let's see. Is it? Okay. So it's like the stun gun, the stun launcher, but it's just like a handheld. All right. What else? Laser slicer developed by VCPL. Double-bladed weapon is equipped with a rotation system to carve through targets. Charged to increase rotation speed and advance aggressively while slashing through incoming fire. Ooh, a melee weapon. Oh no. Dude, I'm gonna buy it though. I mean, who am I bullshitting? I'm gonna buy all of this. Pulse cannon. Pulse cannon developed by Schneider. Powerful, continuous, high-frequency oscillation. Cancels out pulse defenses with ease. Features a distinctive spec that creates oscillations from a string. What does it look like? Let me just see what it looks like. Okay, so it shoots pulse. Microwave waves. It cooks. Laser cannon. Oh, so this was the pulse cannon. So laser cannon. Triple barrel laser cannon designed by Arquebus. ADD, simultaneous fire from all barrels, provides overwhelming offensive potential at the cost of a heavy energy burden, charged to amplify firepower. Let's see. What? Ooh, I like that. That looks cool. You know, the guys that did the designs for this. Wow, that is powerful. Wait, let me see. You're waiting a long time for that, but it looks like it's worth it. The people who did the visual designs for this also worked on like it was the guy was involved with Gundam and other really popular mech shows, maybe Pat Labor or Pat Labor, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But yeah, I believe that it was the same designer, which is why they look kind of, you know, like Gundam Pat Labor-ish. All right, the orbit, bullet orbit, kinetic ammo orbits developed by Balaam. These orbits follow the user's AC and automatically fire at any enemy craft that they detect. The control components of the orbits incorporate the technology of an Arquebus affiliate. I like that. See, that's I think Armored Core 2 had those, and I had one build that used them. On the other side, we got. Whoa, what? Pulse Scutum. Designed by Arquebus ADD. Unlike other models, the shield must remain idle for a short time after deploying to exhibit its true potential. Regular guarding provides higher damage mitigation than IG. So it's a shield. Okay. I mean, it seems pretty useful. But I don't know, man. I don't really fuck with shields. And look, you're still taking damage. Not nearly as much, probably, but... These I already know about. Bullet orbit, laser cannon. No new head, body, arms, legs, boosters. Fire control system. Generator. Okay, so I have like probably enough to buy everything, but you should, when I shop in Armored Core, I usually go for the stuff that's less sexy because you generally need it more. So like I'll buy the generators, the boosters, you know, things like that before I buy the weapons. So I'm gonna buy this. Whoa. Oh no, it's 300,000. And what else? I guess we'll get some of this stuff. So I'll see what I can buy. I'm probably not going to change my build anyway. No, I don't have enough. So basically, I'm going to be buying these later. Mattis says stun is so strong in this game, or it was when I played this. Don't know if they nerfed it. Shields seem more useful for heavy builds. Yeah, that's true. That could be good for that. I mean, only assuming you're getting shot from the front. All right, let's look at the arena. They added some people. Right? Post for analysis. Okay, yeah, next. I'll get more, what do you call it? Of those chips. So, integration subject 51003K, Mind Gamma. All right, let's try it. Has updated to the Mind Beta model. I'm gonna try it like this. Yeah, let's try it. See how it goes. So this is basically just a one-on-one arena match for people who don't know. The arena is basically that's where the PvP, the multiplayer aspect of this is. I haven't had a chance to do any PvP in this game at all. I'd probably get my ass kicked anyways, but yeah.
Integration
I'm
program.
fighting like
Phase 3.
AI enemies right here.
Please begin by engaging the revised model, Mind Gamma, in virtual combat. Commencing analysis.
And I think that All Mind is like a boss
Activating combat
that you can
mode.
fight, like the actual AI that runs these arena matches. So oh, motherfucker. Oh, I accidentally have a stun launcher, but that's okay. The needle. I have the wrong build. I don't have my my normal. Oh, you bitch.
AP at 50%.
Boom. The lance is the shit.
Target destroyed.
Actually, both of these melee
Analysis.
weapons are the shit.
Well done.
I guess the stun launcher works, but I slightly altered my build for the ice worm fight. Ergo says, I'm stuck at the last boss in this game. My usual trick of tank with 4 miniguns is not working. Who's the last boss? Are you fighting Ire? That's a tough fight, but if you're playing like a heavy build, you could use it's a bit of a cheese, I think. But you could use the edge of the arena, like the end of the edges, the walls, and that will give you an advantage because the thing that makes, if you're fighting Air as the final boss, the hardest thing about Air is when she closes in for these melee attacks, because she like whips around to your flank and then comes in with the sword. And that's usually the hardest part, is when she does that. But I don't know if you're fighting the same final boss as me. I guess I got the bad ending when I did that, but whatever. You have to do them all anyways. So I won that one. Let's do the next one. Oh, and this time I think I'm gonna change the build. Next, analysis subject, institute. Let's change the assembly, because I don't know if I want the stun missile launcher, but maybe something else. Maybe that's too heavy. Can't do that. Actually, let's do this. Let me switch to my generator Because that was what it was. I had switched to a different generator. I want to get rid of the stun launcher though first. Or you know what? I could just load my... What am I doing? I just load it. Is that the same one? Yeah, all right. So this is what it normally is. I usually have these plasma missile launchers here, which is just good for harassment. But maybe I'll try something different. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Try spinning. That's a neat trick. I'm gonna look at a couple of articles too. After I'm done playing the Armored Core, I'm just gonna do a few. Maybe I'll do one more mission after I do the arena fights, and then I'll look at a couple of articles because apparently that woman, I don't remember her name, but that obvious feminist woman, who is like behind the Acolyte show.
Integration program, Gamma 2.
Yeah, apparently she's saying that people who have a problem with wokeness in Star Wars are not real fans. So we're gonna look at the article. This is just another shaming tactic.
Commencing analysis.
They don't really have much to go on, honestly.
Main system activating combat mode.
All right, let's go. Oh! Oh! I didn't look at his weapons. Oh, fuck.
At 30%.
I messed up, man. I messed up. Okay. Let's do this over. We're gonna start over. Yeah, what was her name? Because I was looking. The Acolyte creator. I can't remember her name. But she's claiming that people who don't like... Basically, she's getting ahead of the ball. She's like, I know people are going to hate my show, so I'm going to call them bigots now. Like, no one's going to watch it. Don't worry. You're fine. No one's going to watch it except your fan people, you know? Oh, those freaking blades. That's crazy, man.
At 30%.
You're done, bro. Shotgun to the face. Thought of shotgun, hand on the pump.
Destroyed. Including analysis. Well done.
Sipping on a 40. Smoking on a blunt. Yeah, most people know that modern Star Wars is just propaganda these days. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, you're not going to convince people to watch your shit by shaming them. It's so pathetic, dude. I find the whole thing just funny. Like, honestly, you know, these people, I can tell you where this comes from, but I'll wait until we look at the stories. But I can tell you where this comes from. In my opinion, anyways. All right, what's the next arena thing? Okay, one more. Let's see what this one's about. Oh, I can't look at them. That's okay. We're gonna just go in. We're just gonna go in, man. The Badger bot is like, this is like the strongest melee, because I've played every Armored Core game, all of them. And the melee builds in this one are super strong compared to previous. Although my brother, you know, I used to play with my, what is this guy? Yeah, rifle. Oh, songbirds, of course. Missiles.
Commencing analysis.
And I can't see what the other weapon is. Probably melee weapon.
Main system activating combat mode.
Maybe the dagger. Let's go. Oh yeah, the fucking pile driver. That's a good one, man. I got you though.
AP at 30%.
Oh no! I hit him, but he hit me too. All right, let's try again. We traded, but my health is lower than his, so
Main system activating combat mode.
let's go. If any of you guys who have played this game a lot, you think it makes sense to yeah, it's the songbirds you gotta look out for. Wait till he shoots that shit again. I knew he was waiting until I did that.
At 30%.
I got too thirsty there. That was a mistake. Shit. It's all right, I can do it. I shouldn't charge at him because he backs up
Activating combat
and hits me with the songbirds like right away. So I'm gonna wait until an opening to do it. Maybe just stay on the ground. I don't know if I need to like take to the air.
at 30%.
Oh, what? Oh, shit. Yeah, probably need to stun him. Yeah. Yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying. I get like, you know, like he gets close to me and I'm like, oh, I can lance him now, but he backs up immediately when I do that. So for those of you guys who play this a lot or maybe have like more experience with the game, you gotta rely on the shotgun to just like nail his stun. Ooh. What? Raised me with it. Gotta watch my meter too. Oh shoot, that little gun he's putting on is really applying some pressure. Yeah, I knew it.
50%.
Motherfucker.
AP at 30%.
It's that little pistol. It's like really working on my stun meter. Not bad. Ugh. Hit him with the stun and then the pile driver. That's it. Ooh, that was close though.
Target destroyed. This concludes all rounds of analysis. We will assimilate the results into Mind Gamma.
The pistol was one of my builds. It's pretty decent. Oh, it's just for building stun then? Because that's not a bad idea to like build stun with the pistol. I was using the shotgun for that. The Zimmerman. Can't go wrong with the Zimmerman. That's a good ass fucking shotgun. Okay, I got a head out of it. Emblem, cool. Some new parts.
Incoming comms.
Thank you for your continued support. Our analysis thus far has revealed some mission-critical items for research. This concludes the integration program's role. The day will come when All Mind's evolution truly takes form.
I'm basically making this artificial intelligence super strong by winning. And then I'm gonna have to fight against it, right? As the ultimate test. Just like knowingly walking into like my own, you know, creating more problems for myself in this game. All right, so let me see what I got. What do my parts look like? What are my new things? Laser slicer. Is this the yeah. Darth Maul. Nothing beats the the Lance and this guy right here. The Ashmead Pile Bunker. I mean, in my opinion. Let me see that new head I got. See if it looks good. That's a nice looking head. It's not quite as many armor points, but it does make me lighter. System recovery. Total load. I don't know, I like the look. I'll rock it for a little bit. Okay, let's do one more mission and then we'll look at some articles. Do you guys know if I think now that I'm at 500 subs, I have memberships and super chats enabled. I wonder if that's like, if you don't have to send me anything, I'm not asking you to do that, but just tell me if the option is there. And also the AI machine, the arcade machine is here if you want to use coins to talk to the arcade machine.
To use an independent mercenary as their canary. Balaam has already barged in, taking several red guns and MT squads. Seems they want to be ready for a run-in with Arquebus's new firepower. You'll start by descending through Depth 1, a vertical chamber sector. It's likely you'll meet resistance from autonomous defenses left by the PCA. The worst
You don't see a join option? Okay.
Nepenthes, an energy weapon platform. Heard on the grapevine that it already turned half of Balaam's forces to ash. Don't want to end up like Balaam after all. Tread carefully.
Oh, this is the one with the weapon that shoots at you as you go down. A lot of people found this one to be a really hard mission. I don't know if this is the right build for this. It's been a while, but I'm just gonna try. We'll see what happens. I may have to switch mechs if I die, depending on what we're looking at.
My brothers and sisters. They're deep inside.
Okay.
621. You ready? You'll be going down deep, and there's no guarantee you'll come back.
Here we go.
Still,
system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Access the
Right,
elevator and take it down.
Is there like secret shit over here? Probably not.
Intruder detected. Threat level unknown. Defense phase 1.0. Commencing termination.
The defense system is activated. It's got eyes on you. Fight back.
The elevator's locked out.
We have no choice but to jump. Let's go, Raven.
You gotta fall down,
Below
right?
you.
It's all good, we're fine.
That's the piece. It's clearly a force to be reckoned with.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die.
AP at
Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay. How do I coins? There should be like a guide in the description of the video, I think.
main system activating combat mode.
Commence
No, I may not have put it there. I have to add it, but I will when I end the stream so you guys can use it. But yeah, I have a list of commands you can enter. It's exclamation mark and various things.
Threat level unknown. Defense phase 1.0. Commencing termination.
The defense system is activated. It's got... Watch out. Below you.
Fall down.
That's the piece. It's clearly a force to be reckoned with.
Who's shooting at me?
AP at 30%. 2 repair kits remaining.
It's like way down there. I gotta take my time. I haven't dropped here. After it shoots. Yeah, see if I drop there, I'm gonna die. So I'll go this way. Or I could fall in between there. No, that's not gonna work. Trying to see what I should do. May have to drop down. No, they're not gonna let me do that. Gotta go that way. I gotta... No, that's not gonna work. I gotta go across the bridge then. Oh, Someone's trying to call me. Hold on a second. Sorry. Allison's just calling me.
AP at 30%.
Oh shit. All right.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Access the elevator and take it down.
Are you getting shot at from above and below or just below? Well, there are little drones above me. I might stay here and kill the guys above me really quick and then go below. But these guys.
The defense system is activated. It's got ice. Fight back.
The elevator's locked out.
We have no choice but to jump. Let's go, Raven.
Let me see if these guys go around. Then when I fall down, there's a big giant laser cannon thing at the bottom that shoots up. Hold on. Shadow Wolf says, I thought I saw some of those projectile trails coming from above. Yeah. Something went wrong. Check your setup. Okay. That's the bot. Okay. All right, let's drop down here. So what I got to worry about really is the thing at the bottom. Let's see where the best path is. So if I go there, and then I'm gonna go this way.
Watch out. Below you. That's the Peppers. It's clearly a force to be reckoned with.
I just make my way down. Like going down some stairs, right? But there are also going to be drones occasionally that will fly up to meet me. Okay, good, good. Wait till it stops.
AP at 50%.
See? The laser's coming from below.
2 repair kits remaining.
I don't know if I did this right, though. I might be stuck in the same place. I have to go back this way. I wonder if I can drop down on that platform or if that's too far. Like if I hug this wall. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do a boost. Nope. Doesn't work. Ooh, this is tough.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Access the elevator and take it down.
I might have to change my build. I may. A fast build is probably best to get to the bottom though.
Detected. Threat level unknown. Descent stage 1.0. Commencing termination.
The defense system is activated. It's got eyes on you. Fight back.
The elevator's locked out.
We have no choice but to jump. Let's go, Raven. Watch out. Below you. That's the
All right.
It's clearly a force to be reckoned with.
I'm gonna drop down there. Go. Then I think I gotta go across. There's some drones down there, like a secret passage. Garage. I wonder if a shield works well for this level. Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll get taken out right away, though. If I go down there, I'm gonna die for sure. Could like go to that platform right there where my target is at. Or I think that might be the best move here. Or this one, a little bit closer.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Let me see. I mean, that's like kind of my best hope. Is either this platform or this platform. That one's a little bit closer, I think. All right, we're gonna wait until the volley, and then I'm gonna boost down there.
Wait, the partition's moving.
Here we go.
I'm picking up enemy
That hurt though.
Containing intruder. Commencing termination.
2 repair kits remaining.
Like some guys down here.
Threat level. Threat level 4. 6.
now, 621?
Over there. I've sent you a marker.
I see it, but let me look over here first. Okay, I think this was an item I already got. Hold on, let me look around. All right, let's go back.
Did you find an access point? Good job sniffing that out.
Unauthorized access detected.
Yes, I will take credit for that thing that Air did for me. No vertical stream. I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. I'll do it for the next show for HBR. All right, so now we're still dealing with this, these lasers, right?
It's changed its combat routine, Raven. Watch out for those plasma missiles.
Yeah, motherfucker. Let me see. Go there and then down there. Actually, that doesn't hurt as much. Can I see it yet? No. Okay. Let me go this way. Found anything down here? Should I try to drop down there? I'm gonna try dropping down on that one. Might be a mistake, but I don't see a lot of other options. I don't think I can make it to there. It's a little too far away. Miss, bitch. Miss me, bitch. I can see it now. Okay, I'm good. Calm down, guys. Don't be weird. Oh, it's a sniper. I see what you're warning me about now. I got him.
AP at 50%.
shit. I shouldn't have done that. I think I'm at a checkpoint, so it won't be so bad. Yeah. All right.
It's changed its combat routine, Raven. Watch out for those plasma missiles.
Zaring says, I have a great idea. Let's buy a bread factory, then start making motor oil and complain that our client base is mostly bread eaters and it's challenging to sell them motor oil. Right. Walking feels so slow in this game. I don't know if I can go there. Maybe. That's not too bad.
It's tracking you, 621.
Evasive action.
AP at 30%.
Fuck. The problem is that it's not about the money to these people. It's about people not getting brainwashed by their propaganda. Okay. I'm going to try a different mech. Maybe my sniper will be better. Because then, like, when I get to those... yeah, we're going to load this guy up. So then when I get to that part where the snipers come, I can start from the checkpoint. I don't need to worry about being, like... I don't know. I think this thing is probably going to work. It's a little slower than the other one, but...
It's changed its combat routine, Raven. Watch out for those plasma missiles.
This one's got the longest range attack, so when that sniper comes... I have a lot of boost, too. It's not quite as, like, erratic when it moves. I think right there is where the sniper is at. We're gonna try to... Oh shit.
AP at 50%.
You have to go this way and fall down. Pretty sure. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe it will. May have to. I don't know if there's another option. Up a little bit. No. I'm gonna drop down here. Get up and hug that wall. Hug that wall. Where is that fucking guy at? Down here.
It's tracking you, 621.
Evasive action.
One repair kit remaining.
Okay. All right. I can't, I'm not close enough. Right. Maybe fuck that guy. There's one down there, too. This way. Yeah, I'm still safe though.
Xeranx, hey Xeranx. What's up? Ready to conquer some worlds or save some princesses today? Let's get our game on.
We're good. Ugh. Let's see. A little bit lower on that side. Oh, there's a little refuge over here. What the fuck? Can't go this way. It's like big garage doors here. Can't use them. Oh, I see. It's that motherfucker. Okay. Hug this wall. Hug the wall.
You've got it in your sights now, 621. Just need to get a little closer.
No repair kits remaining.
I'm at the end of my rope. See it. All right. coming to get you. See where I gotta land next.
You're up close now, 621. Destroy the target.
Raven, it'll be easier to immobilize if you aim for the neck joint.
Yeah, I got this motherfucker. Fuck this guy. There's like nothing you can do, bro. Take it, all of it.
These artillery platforms are solid.
Yep.
Confirmed. Target destroyed. Mission accomplished.
Let's rest where we can, Raven. We've got a long road ahead of us.
We did it. It's not hard, it's just kind of a pain. All right, I'm going to stop playing Armored Core. I'm going to look at an article, okay? So hang around here for a second, if you don't mind.
No new messages.
Perfect. Just put game here or turn the title screen. It should be saved, so we should be good to go on that front. And just need to switch back. Oh, okay. FromSoft platforming levels tend to be kind of painful, right? All right, I'm gonna bring up a website here. We're gonna look at. Let me see here. This is from That Park Place. A couple things that I saw that I thought would be worth talking about briefly. So let me see. So like, let me just dig it up. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Oh yeah, here we go. Topic suggestions. Some stuff got buried. All right. I'm gonna copy this, paste it in here, and I'm gonna bring up some other things too for my history. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about. I think that's good. So, all right. Let me see. I'm gonna go to this screen, and I'm gonna put this on the screen here. So you guys know. Make it a little bit smaller so you guys can see it better. This is weird. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix some. Seems to be an issue with the screen displaying the entire website. Probably not like a deal breaker, but a bit awkward. All right. So this is from That Park Place. And you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but George Lucas, everyone's like passing this thing around where George Lucas has come out and he's like saying that he's talking about how, oh, you know, like the Hollywood isn't really making anything original anymore, and everything is a prequel or a sequel or a remake, and you know they should make original stuff. and like all these people who are very much like, you know, against like the woke infiltration of all of our franchises. They're sort of like uplifting that, like, oh wow, look at this, George Lucas is saying something, and it's like, yeah, but he knew this was going on for decades and he didn't say anything. Like, why would he come forward now and suddenly have a problem with remakes and reboots and sequels and prequels? And on top of that, I mean, this is all kind of obvious in my opinion, that you take an issue with that. So it's like, well, what is he? I mean, like, are you just waiting for someone that you consider to be authoritative to say something that you already know is true? Like, if you know it's true, it doesn't matter who says it. And I don't understand this. Like, it's like they really want, and I am talking about people who I generally agree with when I say this, but I feel like there are people who just really want like this authoritative person to say it so that it like validates it. But it's like, if it's true, it's true. It doesn't matter who says it, right? And I think it's a weird cope because like Star Wars is dead. Let's just like, it's just true. It's just dead. Like, it's a dead brand. The franchise isn't going to go anywhere. Even if like, someone else buys the property and turns it around tomorrow, there is this stain on it that is basically everything from when Disney bought it onward. That's not going away. And the reason why we have to like just deal with that fact is so that we don't let it happen again with something else. But you can't like take it back. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. The damage is done. And George Lucas coming out in 2024 and saying, I'm not crazy about reboots and remakes. I mean, we've been saying that like for decades, like for a long time. So who cares if he says it? That's what. And the other thing is that, like, I guess he said something about, like, he was in some interview and he said something about how, like the identity of characters doesn't matter that much. Like, he made a defense of like, Lando Calrissian because he's black and stuff like that. And it was like kind of like a limp-wristed defense because I guess people were confronting him about like the fandom menace, like the people who have a problem with current year Star Wars. And he was like, he basically threw them a bone in a way, but it was so weak. And it was like, it doesn't matter now, George. Like, you have to stand on this on principle. You have to stand up to this stuff on principle. It can't be like, you get to cherry pick specific things and you get to like go into like the canon of your universe to try to point out how, you were never being a racist in the past or whatever it is that they're trying to like tar you with. You just have to say, you know what, this is a movie. I don't care about like the race of people. I don't care about gender representation. I don't care about DEI. I think it's all garbage. I think it's all designed to essentially just demoralize us in the long run. And I just don't think it's a strong position to take. I think it's weak. And and Leslie Headland here, she is proof of what I'm talking about. So here's an article from Park Place. This is today. This came out today. Leslie Headland declares people opposed to wokeness are not Star Wars fans. So she is like running whatever this new thing is, Acolyte. And she's basically, she's basically like, I don't know, like the girl boss of Disney Star Wars right now. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if you don't take a stand for the things that you believe in on principle, these people will do it and they will just take it. And they're tourists. They don't care about these franchises. They don't care about making money. They care about how they can use whatever it is they're taking over to send a message. The message is everything to these people. I don't even know if the critical drinker gets this. Like, they don't care about how good the quality of the product is. They don't care if they sink the entire company. They don't care if you make money or not, because they always go over your heads. Like, for example, in the comic book industry, there was a woman named Sana Amanat, I believe her name was, and she was head of, characters and narrative. She was a narrative director for Marvel Comics. And she was the woman who came up with Kamala Khan, who is Ms. Marvel. And if you don't follow comics, historically, Marvel Comics has had a character named Captain Marvel, who was popular in the 1970s, and then he died of cancer. It was kind of like a big deal at the time. And then there was a Ms. Marvel who got like a fragment of his powers, who is Carol Danvers, who you guys might know as the modern day Captain Marvel, which is nothing like the original character in terms of like the likability of the character. And so they took the old Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel and then made her into Captain Marvel because they saw Ms. Marvel, I guess, as like a step down from Captain Marvel. And that, I mean, they legitimately did. Like if for example, if they could make Batman a woman and not call her Batwoman, then they would do that, even though, because Batman to them is at the top of this particular hierarchy, right? And it's not about like what makes sense, it's not about canon, it's not about caring about the product, it's not about any of that. It's simply about control and using that control to propagandize people and create. It's just like academia. Academia doesn't exist to educate people. Academia doesn't exist to prepare you for the world. Academia exists for the purpose of essentially supporting the cathedral. It's about turning students into activists. And then those activists go out into the world and infiltrate other organizations, and they try to turn the people in those organizations, as well as the consumers of whatever products they use, into activists as well. It's just a disease. That's it. It's cancer. And it spreads very quickly. So when Leslie Headland says this, she's coming from what she believes to be a position of authority because she is in charge. She's running the table now, right? You put them in charge and they start telling you what reality is because now you've given them the power. And I think that when Lucas's limp-wristed criticisms came, some people were celebrating this, but they don't realize that why is he able to say this now? Like, why hasn't he said something before? Why is it that Dave Filoni is just like all on board with this stuff? Well, I think in parts because they believe in it and they don't want to be called names. They don't want to be called racist or sexist or bigots or whatever. And she is essentially calling all of the people who they consider to be bigots, like opposed to the wokeness in Star Wars, they call them bigots because that's the only purpose of this. So let's get into the article. Star Wars The Acolyte showrunner and former assistant to convicted felon Harvey Weinstein. I don't care for the framing of this because Harvey Weinstein, without getting into too much of a digression here, from what I can tell, the women who did sexual favors for him chose to do that because they were getting something in return. So you don't blame the devil for, essentially taking a soul to hell if that soul signed the contract. So like I don't like Harvey Weinstein either, but to simply position him as a perpetrator of something, and that the women who were singing his praises when they got their awards, who had nothing but nice things to say about him. You can find countless photos and video clips of people, actresses that are going on and on about how much of a god he was to them, and then to turn around and they just stab him in the back, because that's kind of what it is from that perspective. I'm not going to jump in on that. I'm going to say, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but like all the women that basically were like using him for success points, as a success resource, were also pieces of shit. And I think that it's just like, we know this now. We know this is the nature of Hollywood. I've spoken to people who used to work in celebrity journalism, and they would go to these parties, and it was a woman. She was an attractive woman. She would get approached by other women saying, "Oh, we want you to meet so and so producer." I mean, the whole thing is obviously an incestuous cesspool, and I think to single a person out because you want to tar someone else by extension, like Leslie Headland. Leslie Headland doesn't need to be associated with Harvey Weinstein to be seen as a piece of shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, Yeah. So anyway, Leslie Headland has declared that people who oppose wokeness to Star Wars are not fans of the franchise. Headland's comments came in an interview with the New York Times' Brooks Barnes, who maligned Star Wars fans as misogynists for criticizing the woke DEI casting of the show. His example, a single YouTube comment that questions, quote, why are there so many women, girls, and minority characters increasingly dominating the ranks of Jedi, end quote. Ironically, George Lucas made similar comments when asked if he was going to bring more women into the future of Star Wars in an interview with Starlog in February of 1988. Lucas was asked, this is 1988, are you going to bring more women in for future Star Wars films? He responded, well, what of Princess Leia? When you're making a war film, how are you going to put women in it? Think of other war films. Think of The Longest Day, those films. Well, it's your galaxy. I have to go with the rest of the world and still make it believable. I'm not how many women will be in the next of the rest of the films. I'm the kind that thinks that plots dictate. What would Star Wars have been like if Han Solo had been a woman? I mean, I don't even want to say it's base. It's just like common sense things. You know, sometimes I wonder, now that he mentions it, there is a growing demand for women in media to occupy spaces that normally were held by men. And while on the one hand, there is obviously a narcissistic desire for self-insertion in those spaces, like we're going to make Furiosa happen, for example, and Mad Max is no longer a Mad Max franchise, even though it still says Mad Max in the title. And it's funny because I think that in a way, George Lucas's point is that if we tell stories about conflict that usually results in situations where people's lives are at risk, it is far and away more likely that a man is going to be involved in that conflict. Far and away more likely. So, like, what would it look like if you had a World War II movie with all women as soldiers? No one would believe it. So, obviously, women didn't fight in World War II, like, at least not like to the degree that men did by a long shot. So that would make it obvious. Like when Battlefield 1 came out, I think it was Battlefield 1, and there was like an amputee woman on the cover. Like everybody was upset, and of course, I believe that the developers attacked the fans for having these criticisms, but it's because it really doesn't make sense. And even when you're doing escapism, even then, if you want people to think of it as at all realistic, even if you're making up your setting and everything, it would make more sense that there will be men involved if there's a war involved. Because in a war, this is the thing, it pretends like these other factors don't exist. When there's a war going on, and you have a species that has two sexes, which is like most species that we are aware of. One is the species that carries and bears children, and the other one is the one that impregnates or fertilizes or whatever you want to call it. Then the ones that fertilize, because especially with humans, that's what we can relate to. We're not cows or deer or dogs or cats that have like litters or different or birds. We are humans, so we're going to have like a certain thing that we relate to. So with humans, if the women are giving birth, then the women are the sex that we are protecting when we're in a war situation. And so you need the men to be expendable. And that's just the truth of it. Like, we don't want women fighting on our wars, not only because they would lose, but because we would lose women, and we need women to continue the species. So when Lucas says it doesn't make sense to have women in the, in Star Wars, like involved in these conflicts, that's his point. I mean, he may not be able to put it out there blatantly, but it is his point. And it's okay that, like, when you have stories about war, you focus on the men because the men are the ones making the sacrifice, and they're the ones that we are going to admire because of the risks and sacrifice that they have taken. But if you replace them with women, all of this it goes out the window. Like, it doesn't make sense, because why would we do that? I mean, it would put us at a disadvantage. Like, there's just a number of reasons. So And it's just unfortunate, but it's the truth, and it is the truth that women are more valuable for their reproductive abilities than men, and men are more expendable. Okay, so that's a fact, but that doesn't mean that we can't honor the fact that men are essentially the the mechanism that makes it possible for women to be safe enough to have children. So like this is like stuff that people who are talking about movies and stuff, they're not looking at, because they're looking at purely from the perspective of story, and in a way they have their approach is more like, well, you can just swap in anything for anything. It's like, yeah, to a degree that's true, but you have to understand why, like, your average moviegoer or television watcher or video game enjoyer or whatever is going to have a certain expectation. So like there's stuff that just doesn't work because they make these arbitrary changes, and then you start thinking that it's for ideological reasons, and you learn that it is. So like it's like women want to, like, the okay. I'm gonna try and sum this up, okay? So in reality, men fight our wars. They fight our wars because, one, they are willing to do it. Two, they are more expendable than women. Three, they're better at it. They've evolved to do it. Like, women's sexual selection throughout human history is why men are better at shit, because women picked the most fit men, like, overall, and then together they produced children, and they basically generally got the fittest children. So those are the reasons why men fight in wars. When woke communist types make content and they replace the men with women, not only are they dishonoring the sort of like our historical narrative about men fighting in wars historically and being the ones that protected the weak and, fought off the bad guys and tamed nature, but we pretend like those things didn't happen, and they're not a part of why we are here today. And then they get to LARP as heroes in their own mind, and they like put themselves in the male role. And so for men and women, it doesn't make sense. Like, we can't, like, I mean, there are exceptions, but you have to do it a certain way, and I don't think they're able to do that. I think they just want to replace, because they don't think the male role is at all exceptional. There's nothing special about it. That's why they think it's interchangeable with women. But like, that's literally being divorced from reality. Like, people involved in wars right now are probably looking at more heroic narratives that feature men in dire situations because they're literally going through them. So like, this is the thing, like, it's so divorced from reality. It's almost comical. So George Lucas just says something common sense. Okay. Nevertheless, Brooks uses a single question to declare this is, quote, a version of the same misogyny and racism that greeted Rey, the female Jedi, who made her debut in The Force Awakens in 2015, and that drove Kelly Marie Tran off social media when she appeared in The Last Jedi in 2017. Kelly Marie Tran explained why she left social media in an op-ed for the New York Times. The op-ed makes absolutely no mention that her decision had anything to do with Star Wars fans. In fact, the only mention of a Star Wars is at the end of the op-ed, where she declares, quote, I am the first woman of color to have a leading role in a Star Wars movie, end quote, which I'm sure that totally did good for your career. I wonder where Kelly Marie Tran is today. I wonder if she's still doing movies. Are we going to see like a Rose Tico prequel TV show or something? Probably not. It's not her fault. I mean, I don't know how many times you have to say this. I actually think Daisy Ridley is a woman that could have a decent career. I just think this is a freaking awful role. It's an awful role. It's badly written. It's not her fault. Most of the people in that movie are probably decent actors. I mean, I saw Attack the Block, and I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It was different, it was interesting. I know that like these people could be doing better, but they keep making it about like, oh, you're attacking her because she's a woman. No, see, when they say that, They're trying to distract you from the fact that it's because it's a shit movie. And Kathleen Kennedy's, she seems to have a fetish for girl boss stuff and Mary Sue's. And so she approved all this. I mean, remember when she took over the company, I think the only thing that she said she wanted was a female lead. There was like no understanding of why that even mattered. And it didn't matter how it came out. And so it did. And Disney is pushing Rey on us, man. Like they think that she like the sequel trilogy is like whenever they do like a thing where it's like remembering Star Wars or some kind of like honorific video or website or image or game, they always try to give nods to the sequels. Like no one likes the sequels. Like, I'm sorry. Anyone who's still pretending like the sequels are good, they're just lying to themselves and they're lying to you. They're not good. And they're completely disjointed. They don't have any memorable characters. They're not well written. The plot makes no sense. You could tell people were just trying to like, they had no understanding of the hero's journey. None of that. And I think they should have just adapted like the what do they call it? The novels that people made. It was like fan made novels that came out, expanded universe, I think. I think they should have just done that, but that wouldn't have satisfied Kathleen Kennedy, even though there was a female character in the Mara Jade or something. But I think that she wanted it to be her input, not somebody else. And maybe Mara Jade was written by a man. Maybe that's part of it. Anyway, Kelly Marie Tran, I already read that part. Daisy Ridley has also rejected the narrative posted by Barnes. See, in January of this year, during an appearance on the Today Show, Ridley was asked by one of the show's hosts. I just have to ask because there are some of the, I'd say, extreme Star Wars fans. What the hell is an extreme Star Wars fan? Somebody with good taste who have made this a conversation on the internet about how they don't want a female director, which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. Kathleen Kennedy has been overseeing all of this. So what is your take? Well, maybe it's not bizarre. Maybe if the quality of the thing is good, then the quality is good. I mean, do you guys ever see Zero Dark 30 or what is her name? There's a couple of female directors that make some pretty damn good movies. You know, there was Hurt Locker, I think was directed by a woman, Bigelow, maybe. That was a good movie. So it's not like that doesn't happen, but again, these people are, I think they're intentionally being deceitful. They're like, well, if a woman is involved in this, and we know you don't like women being involved in things, then it doesn't make sense. No, you don't know that we don't like women being involved in things. We just don't like garbage things. Like that's all it is. And I'm sorry, but The Mandalorian wasn't even that good. Like I think the first season was okay, but like the internal logic of the whole thing falls apart. It doesn't make sense. And everything else was trash. That was almost like catching lightning in a bottle, but it wasn't even lightning. It was like static electricity. I wasn't all that impressed. I thought it was okay, but I wasn't super impressed. She responded, I think my take is things get blown out of proportion and the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive. And honestly, the day we announced I was coming back at Celebration last year, you cannot imagine the joy and goodwill in that room. She added, so I've only ever been embraced, and I think we're going to make a great film and people will love it. Yeah, I have my doubts about that, but good luck to you. But I want to jump to the part where Barnes, let me see. Where Headland, right. She says, as for Headland, this is in the interview, she informed Barnes, as a fan myself, I know how frustrating some Star Wars storytelling in the past has been. I felt it myself. Yeah, but I don't think she's talking about like anything that Disney made. I bet that she's one of these people that's like, well, why do you hate what we've made? Don't you remember the prequels? Remember Jar Jar Binks? No. Jar Jar Binks is way better than whatever Disney made. Sorry, it's just true. At least the kids like him. Like the Disney stuff, I don't know who that's for. You know? Like kids like Jar Jar Binks because they like funny aliens. He's corny and shit, but at least we know what it's for, you know? Like the Ewoks, we know what they're for. They're creepy looking, but you get it. But like the sequels, there's nothing in them. I don't know who. It's like almost for the same audience that like Twilight. That's what I think it's for. You know, that's why they did that weird love story between Kylo Ren and Rey. Like I think it's like the Twilight fandom or something. But anyway, I have in a follow-up text message, she then declared that Star Wars fans who oppose wokeness are not actually Star Wars fans. She said, I stand by my empathy for Star Wars fans, but I want to be clear, anyone who engages in bigotry, racism, or hate speech, I don't consider a fan. However, as anyone who has been on the internet knows, if you're a faithful Christian, zealots of LGBTQ ideology accuse you of being a bigot. On top of this, Lucasfilm employs numerous people who are outright racist against white people. The most infamous is Christina Ariel. And here's a tweet by them saying, white people, effing stop it. Your racism won't save you. Your ignorance is not an excuse. Okay. She also wrote, just a reminder that white women are just as complicit in the upholding and enforcing of white supremacy. Wow, this person seems like just a real piece of work. Beautiful woman. Probably a lot of fun at parties. And in fact, Lucasfilm backed Christina Ariel and her racism against white people. The company posted an X in reaction to this author's coverage of her post in 2021 at Bounding into Comics. Our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Christina Ariel. Fine, sure. So, yeah. So it looks like Gina Carano's getting paid, which is good. I think she's like looking at a pretty big victory. No interest in the Acolyte. Just don't care. I like this too. I absolutely like these people are so good at astroturfing, right? They love to say, well, look, everybody else likes it. Look, the important people like it, etc. It's so crazy, dude. Gradendor says, really smooth brain. Zarang says they're being manipulative. They know what they're doing. Yes. First season Mandalorian became awesome to me when I said it's Jon Favreau's tabletop campaign. Yeah, it does seem like a role-playing game, right? Because he like gets upgrades and he levels up. Gets like new items, loot. I mean, it's funny that way, but I don't know. It doesn't quite, you know, when it comes to like Star Wars media, the stuff that I think is probably like the best that I don't think you could live without or like, you know, exclude would be the original trilogy and the prequels. I would put the prequels in there because I enjoy them a lot. After that, there's like stuff that I could like leave it, take it or leave it. I watched the Clone Wars. And the animated short Clone Wars. It was called Clone Wars. Animated series by Gennady Tartakovsky. That was great. Those I will keep. So the prequels, the originals, and the Clone Wars animated shorts that Gennady Tartakovsky, I think that's his name, the guy who created Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab and stuff like that. When it comes to stuff that I could take or leave, I would just say the Clone Wars, the 3D animated series and the movie. I thought those they were exploring some interesting territory. There were some good episodes, but if they didn't exist, it'd be okay. Like it didn't really matter to me much. I didn't get into Rebels. I didn't get into Bad Batch, so I have no idea. Mandalorian, I could, take it or leave it. I don't even like if it was a different science fiction show that didn't take place in the Star Wars universe and it had a lot of the same elements, I probably like it as its own thing. But things that I just don't consider Star Wars is basically everything else that Disney's made. The Boba Fett thing, the Obi-Wan thing, the Solo movie. Oh man, the sequel trilogy. Like those are just like garbage. And all of this stuff they're doing with the High Republic, like when they announced that they were doing those books, this was shortly after Disney bought the property. I said back then, they're going to use this to reconstruct canon. They're going to try and they're going to rewrite the history of Star Wars and then use that as precedent for all their future products. And when I was playing Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to the Jedi Fallen Order game, which I really liked. I liked Fallen Order quite a bit. But Jedi Survivor turned into Assassin's Creed in a way, because you like open world, travel to different planets, lots of bullshit quests to do. You know, there's some gameplay things that they enhance, but then it has a lot of girl boss stuff in it. Like, you know, there's this female character you team up with, and she's like teleporting and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's like, wow, I thought, like, how is it that people are talking about the Force like it's a big deal, and there are these night witches or whatever they call them that are just teleporting, you know, wherever they need to go? It's like, well, that seems like a bigger deal. But anyway, of course they had to do that. Night Sisters or Night, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. And in that whole game is based on the plot of the second game is all revolving around their High Republic thing. So the High Republic is basically going to rewrite everything. And I guarantee you, because I heard that they're remaking, I think that's still being worked on. They're remaking Knights of the Old Republic, right? They're gonna change the story. I guarantee it. They're gonna put in some High Republic shit in there. They're gonna make reference to it, because their High Republic is their way of recanonizing the entire Star Wars lore to be essentially like to have all their inclusive they're all of their inclusive gender ideology and woke politics. That's what it's going to be. You're going to see like ancient masters that are going to be like women of color and disabled, like amputees and queer and all that. That's it. That's it. That's what they're going to do. So get ready. The Acolyte's going to have that already. The Acolyte's going to have it. So, yeah. So here we go. I'll even read this bit right here. Hedlund then shared she took the idea and pitched it as the Acolyte. Quote, and so when I was developing this original idea to pitch to Kathleen Kennedy, I thought, well, you know, it can't just be that. When you're pitching Star Wars, you have to pull from what George Lucas was also interested in. It can't just be like, well, I'm referencing, especially if you're going to set something during the High Republic, the end of High Republic into prequels. You don't have the Skywalker saga. You can't reference a character that was created by George and or Filoni. You have to create your own new characters, she said. So I don't know if this goes on for a while, but I think we know that this is dead on arrival anyway. But I wanted to make the point about once they take over something, then they start defining who gets to be a part of it. Then they start excluding people. And they also accuse you of gatekeeping if you have questions or if you challenge them. So I think that's worth pointing out. All right, the other story I wanted to mention is, is it this one? I don't want to talk about Neil Druckmann because he's got nothing to say. He's not really. So Nelson Peltz lost his proxy battle with the company and he's selling his stock. That's okay. I mean, Disney is just going to keep losing money, so whatever. Lord of the Rings of Power. They're going to be including Tom Bombadil and altering him. Great. I almost wish that now that I hear this, I almost wish that Peter Jackson had found a way to make Tom Bombadil work in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think it could have. I know that it's like he's a kind of a character out of place. He's almost like his own thing. But now that they're going to put him in there, oh man, this is not good, guys. This is not good. All right. Stellar Blade is still topping the charts. Let's see, what else? Oh, right. Alyssa Mercante is back in the news because she can't stay away. So you guys know I did a video where a friend of Alyssa Mercante tried to get Smash JT, who has a YouTube channel here on the platform, shut down because Smash JT started a page on his website called Kotaku Detected, where he lists all of the Kotaku employees and their affiliates and friends in order to show people what kind of bad actors they are, what kind of stuff they get up to. And a friend of Mercante's, or a friend of Kotaku, is a former, I believe he used to work for a different website, The Escapist, maybe. I could be wrong about that, but it's probably in this article. He tried to get his website shut down, and he did. It was taken down for a little while. I think they got mass reported or something. And Smash DT went to his lawyer, and he got it reversed, and he got his website back. So I'll read the article here. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante celebrated the fact that Wix had taken down Smash JT's website and its Kotaku detected page, but since the site has now been restored, she now claims that it actually helps her. I meant to do that. I meant to be retarded. After Wix shut the website down earlier this week following a mass flagging campaign led by Second Wind editor-in-chief Nick Calandra, that's who it is, editor-in-chief Nick Calandra of Second Wind, I don't know what that is, Mercante celebrated, oop, website not detected. Huge shout out to Nick Calandra, who reached out to Wix about this site and consistently followed up. Clearly they agree that he was engaging in targeted harassment, among other things. She added, this is a great precedent, a great sign that there are people and places on the internet who know targeted harassment and cyberbullying when they see it. Just a note, bear in mind, and let me know every time you guys see this, okay? Whenever progressives, communists, SJWs, wokies, leftists, whatever, whenever these people like want to make a point or want to prove that they are correct about something or want to prove that they have the moral high ground on something, they always either defer to somebody that they deem to be authoritative, like a politician, a journalist, an academic, an intellectual, somebody with a big following on Twitch. It doesn't matter, as long as they can frame it as this person is smarter, more educated, better than you are, and when they give an opinion that I agree with, then that means that the opinion that they have that I agree with is a valid one, or they make an appeal to how popular an idea is. This is a very common tactic, but I know that I say it a lot, but it bears repeating every time. So when she says, huge shout out to Nick Calandra, who reached out to Wix about the site and consistently followed up. Clearly, they agree that he was engaging in targeted harassment, among other things. So she is saying that Wix, because it is a corporation that took down this guy's website, that means that her assertions that he is engaging in targeted harassment is true, just based on the fact that Wix agreed. Now, what does it take for a company to agree that something is true? Well, I mean, in order for you to take that and run with it and say, look, it's true because such and such corporation agrees, right? The brand agrees with me. All they have to do is share your beliefs. And so like, that's easy. So basically what they're saying is, and what this means is that if you look at this big picture, like the DEI thing and how people are using unions and initiatives and DEI and Bridge and Me Too's and allegations in order to seize positions of authority. So they get it. I went through it on another video I did on this channel. It was like the 5 stages of woke entryism. They get into your company because you want to let them in, or your organization or your group or whatever it is, your little community. And then they just get in. Then they start criticizing and making demands. Like they want accommodations. Then they want a seat at the table. Then they want to have some authority. Then they want the entire table. Then they control the whole thing. And so you have to nip that shit in the bud. Like I think that when the hardcore gatekeeping should come is the moment they start criticizing the community. Because like if you get people who are like, oh yeah, I totally love Star Wars. Yeah, my favorite character is Spock. Like you have to like be like, nope, that's not Star Wars, get out, right? Like, but if they say I love hobby X and then they come in, well, it has to be under the assumption that hobby X was good enough for them to want to be a part of it in the first place. So as soon as they want to change it, it means they don't like it as it is, right? I mean, look what happened to Dungeons and Dragons, for example. You know, it always existed. It never changed. But then right now they're like, yeah, but it was really white and really male. Like, that's how you destroy anything. You just start picking it apart. You start dividing people, turning them against each other, creating strife and drama. That's what happens every time. So when they make an appeal to a corporation or a majority of people in a space or somebody they deem to be a credible authority, that's how you know you're dealing with commies, because that's how they do things, how they like create reality. They say, well, everyone believes this thing is true, so it must be. They're like orcs from 40,000, right? Enough of them believe it and it becomes real. Except in the orcs case, I'm sympathetic. All right, anyway, so she says, yeah, great sign that there are people and places on the internet who know targeted harassment and cyberbullying when they see it. So this again, if you cave to that, if you kneel, if you bend the knee to this, then it will be used against you forever. That's why you can never, ever, 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 ever apologize unless you've legitimately done something wrong. Like you know that you've done something wrong, but you do not apologize for who you are. You do not apologize for having opinions. So, however, Smash AT indicated that he had contacted Wix and hoped to have the site restored and the issue resolved. He said, quote, I am currently awaiting response from Wix, but I'm not holding my breath on it anytime soon because first off, it's Memorial Day in the US. This happened the other day. It's a holiday, even though people are saying Wix is an Israeli company. I don't know who those people are, how to really contact anyone directly. It's a very disorganized system, end quote. However, he added, quote, I'm hopeful that level-headedness prevails in this and that they look at the situation as a big misunderstanding because, again, there is nothing that I did illegal here and nothing against any terms of service. This is simply a way for the left to silence the right, end quote. Yeah, it's not a misunderstanding. Like, they know what they're doing. They don't, it's not like they misread your website. They know what you're doing. I know that you know this, Smash JT. I'm not criticizing you if you happen to see this. I know they're not criticizing you, but it's not a mistake. They do this on purpose all the time. That's like one of their primary tactics. American McGee's, I think it was his sister, was doxxed during Gamergate Part 1 in 2014-15. I know her life was in danger. American McGee, the developer behind the Alice games that everybody likes so much. I never played them. I don't know if you can still get those. If you still get the Alice games, I'd like to try it. If they've aged well, I'm not sure. Anyway, but it is a way for them to silence you, and that is the point. The site has since been restored, with Smash JT stating, quote, the later correspondence I got with Wix, they said the information that I provided them was investigated and that they cleared me of any wrongdoing, and they have approved the website of going back up. He also indicated that his plans to move the site away from Wix, despite it being restored. I'm going to be migrating it and backing it up and duplicating it now. Don't worry about that. If you guys have any suggestions for Smash JT, maybe you know of a better web hosting site as well. I'm not sure that Wix is based at all, and maybe he needs an alternative. So if you guys have any ideas for Smash JT, let us know. With the website restored, Mercante is singing a different tune. She posted to X, quote, you can keep your website, it helps me, end quote. I meant to be retarded. I meant to do that. Yeah, so what do you guys think about Alyssa Mercante's drastic change in tune? And you know, for the record, she's trying to make herself the main character of this whole business, but she's not. She's like basically a side character. Comic relief, if you will. So I wanted to talk a little bit about those things and bring that to your attention. I thought they were interesting, and it was an opportunity for me to talk about something. I'm going to respond to somebody's comment on Discord. So I have my Discord server is up. There's a video that I put up this morning that gives you a link to the Discord. So please join us in there. I think we've got a couple of new people come on since I started my stream. So hi to Kat and hi to Jozaka. And someone asked me a question in the, was it general chat, I think? No, where was it? Topic suggestions? Yeah. Jozaka said, so we were talking about movies, speaking of this, and we were talking about how, like, if you're the fan of a franchise, you're like, what these people think is that they use this again. It's the same sort of appeal to authority thing, where they're like, if you like Star Wars, then you have to like all Star Wars, right? Or if you like whatever brand is, you have to like all of it. And I'm of the opinion that, like, obviously, no, like you can just like whatever. Like, I love the Street Fighter fighting games overall. I got really into Street Fighter 2. I even liked Street Fighter 1 because I got to play it on TurboGrafx 16. I sucked at it, but I thought it was I liked the concept of it. I even liked games that preceded it, like Karate Champ and Yi Ar Kung Fu. And then Street Fighter 2 was like my shit. But like Street Fighter 5 was where they lost me. I didn't like Street Fighter 5, and I tried the demo for Street Fighter 6 and I'm not impressed. So I kind of abandoned Street Fighter for the moment, not playing those last two entries. And when I want to get my Street Fighter fix on, I will play one of the older ones, an alpha game, or Capcom vs. SNK, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken is actually, I still enjoy that game, or Street Fighter 4. So you can obviously just pick and choose what you like. And so anyway, in talking about that, I was giving an example where I said, there are only 3 Indiana Jones movies. There's just like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade. That's it. Like if you like the one with the aliens, that's on you. I didn't. I thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was shit, and I didn't even watch this last one. I knew it was going to be garbage. And so to me, there's just 3 movies. Just like I said with Star Wars, there's just the originals and the prequels and Gennady Tartakovsky's like animated shorts. Maybe Ewoks and Droids, if you remember that from Saturday morning. I never watched them. Maybe they would be okay. I don't know. But that is basically it as far as I'm concerned. And Jozaka asked me in the chat, said, what is your opinion on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis? I've never seen the Indiana Jones Chronicles, and I don't know what Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis is. Is that a video game? I think there was like a Indiana Jones game that had been worked on like recently, but I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to answer the question. I've never seen Young Indiana Jones, but I like the director. The director of that is the same director, the guy who made those Indiana Jones Chronicles. He was the guy behind The Rocketeer. It's a great movie. And the first Captain America movie, Captain America: The First Avenger, which is one of my favorite Marvel movies because it has like an aesthetic that I really like. I thought it was really well done for what it is, but that's just my opinion. So anyway, so consider joining us in the Discord. I will put a link to it in the description of this stream when I'm done. But for now, I really should head out. So let me look at your comments here. American McGee of Doom fame as well. Oh, his unusual first name comes from his crazy mother, I believe. That's interesting. My all ICWE games are damn good. Okay. Zering says, yes, gatekeep, be a proud gatekeeper. Let me see. John Ford. Well, Norwegian says the best thing about new Star Wars is Charlie Hopkinson's deep fake roasts of it. I've never seen those. Should I look those up? That could be fun. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for the comments and chat. I'm going to wrap it up there. So appreciate you hanging out. I want to try streaming. I think what I might do is I might do a stream like once a week where I just look at news things and just kind of hang out and I'll look at what people have asked me to talk about in the Discord server. But yeah, I'm kind of behind on a lot of other stuff, so I got to take off. But thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Once again, thank you so much for helping me get to 500 subs. And let's hope that we can get to 1,000, and we'll add like another milestone that I'll do when we get to that point. So if you guys like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think about what I talked about on the stream today and my progress in Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. And I will talk to you all in the next video. Long live Vivi.
Activists are machines, dude. Okay? They are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.